Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all are fine. Today, I'm going to explain the meaning of the lesson Let's March 2.5 lesson Let's March. Okay, this lesson is written by Kailash Satyarthi, 1954. Okay, he was education advocate. Okay, and Indian children's, he was fighting against the Indian children's rights. Okay, so he was activist and against child labor. So he has also founded the Bachpan Bachao Andolan in 1980. So and he has acted to protect the rights of more than 83,000 children across 144 countries. Okay, he has surveyed more than 144 countries and protect the rights of the 83,000 children, more than that. Okay, so he was honored in the program and with the Nobel Peace Prize in 2014. And that time he has he has addressed the speech. Okay, at that time he gave the speech on the eve of Nobel Prize distribution ceremony. In that ceremony, nice, he has delivered the speeches about the different things, and this lesson is divided into three parts. Okay, so part one is he started these all 3 hour speeches. Okay, and he is telling his own ideas, views, thinking, whatever he is thinking about the children, what we should do, what should not be there, what should be there, and how to protect the child from the all evil and calamities of the societies. Okay, so like that he has all delivered his own thinking in these speeches. Okay, so my dear children of the world, your majesties, your royal highness, excellencies, distinguished members of the Norwegian Nobel Committee, dear brother Tom Harkin, and brothers and sisters, and my dear daughter Malala. Okay, so he is addressing the uh, dignitaries on the dais, and he addressed all the people on the dais, and then he started his speech. Okay, so from this podium of peace and humanity, I am deeply honored to recite a mantra from the ancient text of wisdom, Vedas. This mantra carries a and prayer aspiration and a resolve that has the potential to liberate humanity from all man-made crises. So what he is telling, that we have to uh, from this world we have to straight peace and humanity. Okay, I'm deeply honored to recite a mantra from the ancient text of wisdom. He's telling that from Vedas I wanted to recite some mantra, and this mantra carries a prayer and desire. Nowadays it is desire, it is need of the today of the day, that we have to recite the mantras from the Vedas. Okay, and resolve to have some potential to liberate humanity from all man-made crises. Whatever man-made people has developed and created the crisis in the society, we must get the potential to finish all those crises from the society. Okay, so let's walk together in the pursuit of global progress. We have to do the progress in the globalization. We have to do in the whole world, not a single in city or town. We have to do the progress in whole world. Okay, not a single person should be left behind in any corner of the world. We have to collect all the people from the world. We have to take all the people, and we have to take all the people together, and we must go together to for the progress of the global globe. Okay, from globe means here full world. Okay, not a even single corner should be left, from east to west and from south to north. Okay, so let's speak together, let our minds come together, learning from the experience of our ancestors. Let us together create knowledge for all that benefits all. So what he is telling, that we have to speak together, we have to think together, and we have to come together, all of you, learn from the experiences of our ancestors. Ancestors means हमारे जो हमारे पूर्वज जो थे पहले के लोग. ओके, सो वी हैव टू लर्न from those our ancestors, and let us create knowledge from all that experiences and benefit from those experiences. So I bow to my late parents, to my motherland India, and to the mother earth. So he is giving the respect to our India, to our motherland, and our his late parents. The writer is giving the respect to the all these things. Okay, so with a warm heart, I recall how thousands been liberated each time I have freed a child from slavery. In the first smile of freedom on their beautiful faces, I see the God smiling. He's telling us so many people, so many students, so many children I liberated from the slavery, from the child labor, from any other crisis. After that. After liberation, he saw the smiling of the smile of on that faces, beautiful faces. He's telling that when I see the faces on those children, I think that God is smiling in the form of those small children. Okay, so I give the biggest gratitude, honor to my moments, Kalu Kumar Dhumdas and Adarsh Kishore from India, and Iqbal Masih from Pakistan, who made the supreme sacrifice for protecting the freedom and dignity of children. Okay, so what is telling that these three people, Kaludas, Dhumdas, and Adarsh Kumar, was Indian, and they supported me. They helped me in this my mission. And Iqbal Masi and who was from Pakistan. Okay, so gave the sacrifices and in the for protecting the freedom and dignity of children. Okay, dignity means self-respect. So I humbly accept an award on behalf of all such martyrs, my fellow activists across the world, and my countrymen. So he's telling that I am accepting this prize, this award on behalf of all those martyrs, all three four names he has given. I am taking the award from on behalf of all these martyrs and my fellow activists across the world and my countrymen, those who have helped to do all this work. For his telling thanks to all, and on behalf of all these people he is taking the award. My journey from the great land of Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak, Mahatma Gandhi, India to Norway is a connect between two centers of global peace and brotherland, ancient and modern. He is telling that our great land is started from Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak, Mahatma, these great leaders, great persons, they great personalities. India to Norway is connect between the two centers of global peace and brotherhood. We are connected with the other countries because of the peace and brotherhood. So ancient and modern means in the ancient time also we are connected because of the uh, because of the brotherhood, and now also in modern time also we are connected with the other people. So friends, the Nobel Committee has generously invited me to present a lecture. Respectfully, I am unable to do that because I am representing here the sound of silence. What is telling that uh, people called me here to give the lecture. Okay, people called me to give me a lecture, but respectfully I'll tell you that I am unable to do that. I don't want to give the lecture. I want to I am representing here the sound of silence. What do you mean by sound of silence? It means unheard play of a deprived, means the people which need help, the children which need help, they are calling us, they are shouting, they are screaming that we have to save us, protect us, but we are not hearing the sound. Everybody is sitting silent in the world. So he is telling that I wanted to say on behalf of that silence, because all our silence, we have to come up, we have to get up, we have to do the change in the society. The cry of innocence. See, the cry of innocence, the small children, they are suffering from so many evils, so many bad things in the society. So, and the face of invisibility. Okay, we are no, so many bad things are going on in the society for the children, but we are not aware about it, we are not knowing about it. So that is our invisible going on. So I represent millions of those children who are left behind, and that's why I have kept an empty chair here as a reminder. So what he's telling that I am on behalf of those children, I want to I have kept my empty chair here as a reminder that we should come up, we should get up, and we should be ready to fight against the cry of those children. Okay, we have to stop it, all the things which are going on in the society. Okay, so I have come here only to share the voices and dreams of our children. What is telling, that writer is telling that I have come not here to get any deliver speech or because of the award. I want to share the voice and dream of the children, what the children are looking dream, and they are they are shouting, they are screaming, they are asking, they are telling that, but we are not hearing any sound of the children. So I wanted to say that we must hear and share the voices of the and dream of the children. We have to complete their dreams, we have to make them capable to complete their dream. So because they all are our children, gesture to everyone in the audience, he is telling that not he's telling about own children, he's telling about all the children whichever are there in the whichever there in the society. Okay, all the or in the audience which are sitting in front of him. So I have looked into their frightened and exhausted eyes, I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. So what is telling that I have observed, I have looked, I have experienced, and how frightened they are, how they're exhausted, they are afraid, they are scared, and I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. How much they are they are in bad condition, I have felt all the experience I got. So I am telling my own experience of the about the children. So 20 years ago, in the foothills of the Himalayas, I met a small, skinny, child laborer. He asked me, "Is the world so poor that it cannot give me a toy or and a book instead of forcing me to take a gun or a tool?" See, he's telling his experience that 20 years ago on the foothills of the Himalayas, the writer met to a small boy. He was doing the work as a child labor there. He asked him that, is world is very poor, so poor that he cannot give me a toy and a book, that I cannot go to school, I cannot play with the toys instead of forcing me to take a gun. Okay, so or a tool. So why they are given this me tool and gun to do the work? I am doing the child labor here. So I think this world is very much poor. Is asking the question to the writer. I met with a Sudanese child soldier. He was kidnapped by an extremist militia. As his first training lesson, he was forced to kill his friend and family. He asked me, what is my fault? Okay, so he is telling that another experience is telling that he met one child that he was kidnapped by the extremist military. I mean, those who give the training for the terrorist. Okay, so in this training he was forced to kill his friends and family first. Okay, it was the part of the training that he must kill the friends and his own family. So he was asking the question that what is my fault, what I have done, I should kill my friends and my I should kill my friends and my family. Friends, all the great religions teach us to care for our children. Jesus said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to them." The Holy Quran says, "Kill not your poverty." Okay, telling that he's having the writer is having the knowledge of all the religions he had studied, I think so. So he's telling about all that. Friends, all the religions are telling that we have to take care of the children. Okay, let's the child come to me, do not hinder him, for the kingdom of the God belongs to them. Jesus is telling. Holy Quran says that we should not kill our children because of the poverty. So friends, there is no greater violence than to deny the dreams of our चिल्ड्रन. तो क्या बोलते हैं कि इससे बड़ा वायलेंस कोई नहीं हो सकता कि हम लोग अपने बच्चों के सपनों को तोड़ देते हैं, उनको इम्प्रूव नहीं होने देते. ओके, सो Therefore, I refuse to accept that all the temples and mosques and churches and prayer houses have no place for the dreams of children. What he's telling, people goes to mosques, churches and temples, okay, but I refuse to accept that these things can never take the place and never complete the dreams of the children, okay, never complete the dream of the children, of our children. I refuse to accept that the world is so poor when just 1 week of global military expenditure can bring. See the thinking and the ideas and of the writer, that what is thinking, how much our country is expanding the money for the things which are not in use, okay, what is telling, which are not in use. Now see what is telling, all the children to classrooms. What is telling that I refused a global military expenditure can bring all the children to classrooms. He's telling that the one there is a expenditure of 1 day of the military can whatever the expenditure of 1 day of the military camp, that 1 day expenditure can make the all the children, can bring all the children to the classrooms, okay, means so whatever expenditure is there of the military of 1 day, they can if they want to do this thing, so we can bring the children to the classroom, we can arrange the school for them, okay. So I refuse to accept that all the laws and extra constitutions, police and judges are unable to protect our children. So he's telling, I am not accepting this, that the laws and policies and judges are unable to protect our children, okay. So I refuse to accept that shackles of slavery can ever be stronger than the quest for freedom. So I refuse to accept here. What is telling, that I don't think so that the chain of this slavery can stronger than our quest of freedom, okay. This is not stronger than our freedom. We have to take step towards the against the slavery and against the bad things whichever going on with the children. We have to take step, and it is not stronger than our thinking and then our resolution, okay. So he is telling that I refuse to accept here. My only aim in the life is that every child is free to be a child. So what is telling, my aim of life is free to grow and develop, okay, free to eat, sleep and see daylight, free to laugh and cry, then free to play and learn, free to go to school, and above all free to dream, okay. So what is telling, these are my my only aim in life. We have to provide these things to the students as well as freedom, we have to provide these things to the children of all over the world. We have to provide this, and we have to give them security. We have to give them we have to do the resolution to complete all these things, and we have to give the freedom to the children, okay. I have a privilege of working with many courageous people who have the same aim. We have never given up against any threat or attack. We never will. So he's telling, I got a opportunity to do the work with so many great courageous people, and we are never give up against any threat. Means so many problems and people created problems in our work, but we never give up from this work. We have made progress in the last couple of decades. Decades means 10-year time. 1 decade means 10 years, okay. So what is telling, that I'm made progress in last couple of decades, and we have reduced the number of out of school children by half. So those children which are not going to school, we make them to go to school, and we provided the things and their needed things to them. Whatever they need, we provided them. We have reduced the number of children laborer by a third. 1/3 children we stop them to go to do the child labor. We have reduced child mortality and malnutrition, and we have prevented millions of child death, okay. So people which are suffering from the malnutrition, and they are not getting the enough food, they are not getting the proper food, proper this proper food and whatever facilities are there, they are not getting. We prevented millions of people with that. They gave the medical facility also to the children to prevent from the death. But let us make no mistake, great challenges still remain. So it is not over here. We have still so many great challenges, friends. The biggest challenge, the biggest crisis knocking on the doors of humankind is fear and intolerance. ओके सो वट एवर हमारे जो दिल में डर बैठ गया है, वट एवर सॉरी बच्चों के दिल में जो डर बैठ गया है, दैट इज़ अ मेन थिंग वी हैव टू कम अप एंड वी हैव टू रिमूव दैट फियर फ्रॉम एंड intolerance from the children's mind and heart. So we have utterly failed our children in imparting an education that gives the meaning, that objective of life, an education that gives a sense of global citizenship among the youth. So what is that is a main thing, that we have to educate the children. Okay, we have to give them we have to give them the education, and we have to show them the importance of education in our life. If we educate the children, definitely they will be the global citizenship among the youth. They will be civilized, and our society will be civilized, and we can live in a free society. So I'm afraid that the day is not very far away when the culminate and unprecedented violence, and that will be suicidal and for humankind. So is not तो आई एम अफ्रेड दैट द डे इज़ नॉट वेरी फार. वो बोल रहे कि वो दिन दूर नहीं है जब व्हेन द रिजल्ट ऑफ दिस फेलियर विल कल्मिनेट द अनप्रेसिडेंटेड वायलेंस. अगर हम लोग कामयाब नहीं होंगे, इफ विल नॉट गेट द सक्सेस इन दिस, सो डेफिनेटली वायलेंस विल बी देयर, एंड इट विल बी अ सुसाइड ऑफ ह्यूमन काइंड इफ विल नॉट डू एनीथिंग फॉर दिस in this field. Okay, so we have to do something in this field to protect all the children. So right security hope can only be restored through education. Okay, so all these things, rights and security, will come only from the education. Young people like Malala, I have started calling her my daughter Malala, not just Malala, so my daughter Malala, and other daughters including Kainat. In fact, 2 Kainats, and Shazia, and the daughters from Africa and from all over the world, they are rising up and choosing peace over violence. They are rising up and choosing peace over violence, tolerance and over extremism, and courage over fear. So what he's telling, that he has taken some names of the girls, which he's telling that they are his daughters. Okay, and they are doing the work in this field. They are rising up and they are choosing the peace, and peace over violence, and tolerance over extremism, and courage over the fear. So they are he's telling that my daughters are also capable to do all these things. So the solution are emerging, but the solution cannot be found in the deliberation conferences alone, and cannot be found in the prescriptions from a distance. So he's telling that we cannot do the by doing these meetings and conference and these prescriptions by distance. We cannot do we cannot find out the solution from these conferences. They lie in a small group and local organization and individuals who are confronting with the problem every day. So I was telling that the problems are attacking on the people who are facing these problems. They only can understand what is the problem, and they lie in the small group, local organizations and individuals. Even if they remain unacknowledged, unrecognized, and the solution are with them. So what bring those who knows this problem, definitely they are very much confronting. They knows what is the problem and what should be the solution. They are definitely they are going to find the solution, and they are having the solution with them. Okay, so for that, experience is must. Okay, so first part is over. I will explain the next part in next video. Okay, thank you.